The stream is on. I think we're going. Are we live? Yeah. I think we're live. I think, okay. Here we are. Here's the show. The show has started. I'm your host, Barnard Morrisonberg. The show is called Jack In. Where's the logo? Can we get the logo? I don't see the logo. Something happened to the logo. This is, I'm going to fire whoever is in charge of logos. There's my lower third. Barnard Morrisonberg is my name. I'm the host of the show. The show is called Jack In. Okay? It's a live show hosted by me, and I'm here in the internet. This is where I live, okay? I live in the internet. That's the conceit of the show. That's what you need to know. Look, here's another thing. Comedy ain't free, okay? So if you're some sort of rich person, send us a Venmo if you like the show. If you don't like the show, send us a Venmo anyway if you're rich, because you don't need the money as much as I need it here living in the internet. If you're poor, okay, you can watch for free, and then you can owe me. Write down how much you watch, and then after you get rich later, you can send us that much money, and we will be watching for that. Okay, I guess we're live. Are there any comments in the thread? Comedy Gary P says we. Okay, that's our first comment. So good start with that chat in the chat room. Let's see what else. I'm here in the internet. Also with me in the internet is I'm not sure what he is. I'm not sure how he got here. But it's Meeps. We got Meeps. Hi, Meeps.
Hey, how are you, Barnard?
I'm doing as well as can be expected, living here by myself in the internet. And I like how your mouth moves when the drums hit. That's a pretty good trick.
Took me 3 years to learn that.
It was well worth the effort to learn. Okay, what do we have? We should do some banter, right? That's how talk shows do it. They do some banter up top. So what do we got? You got any stories? What's in the news? Have you been paying attention to what's going on, Meeps? How about this?
Oh, yes. I read the news a lot.
Kids have been going back to school. Some of them in person, some of them not. Do you have any advice for the young people who are starting to go to school again this year?
Well, if you're going to school in person, make sure you wear a mask and you bring your own lunch. And if you're going to school on Zoom, it's never been easier to draw a dick on your teacher's face.
That's true. That's unarguably. In fact, here's a little tip. If you have a laptop, you can, in a permanent marker, you can draw one thing on your teacher's face, but only once. Then it's going to be there for a long time. What else? What else we got to talk about? Here's
Elon Musk is in the news.
Elon Musk. What's Elon Musk up to?
He's launching some satellites this week.
Elon Musk. Oh, for SpaceX, they're going to launch 60 satellites, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. 60 of them up in the air.
All satellites up
around.
All floating up in the air, like the Tesla, the car he sent to Mars. I wonder if it got to Mars yet.
I think it ran out of charge before it got out of the atmosphere.
That it's only got like a Tesla. What do they have? Like a 30-mile range, and then they had to turn around. So all those satellites, they had to send them up there and then bring them back down to an electric charging station. What? Here's a headline. It says people who eat peanut butter for breakfast are better in bed. Did you hear that, Meeps?
I heard that. That's why I've been eating peanut butter every day.
Yeah. Has it made any difference in your love life?
Well, I've been better in bed, but I sleep alone.
But you're better at it. At least you're better alone. You know, even when we sleep alone, we can always be a little bit better.
Really getting it down this year.
I would think.
Have you heard about WhatsApp?
What WhatsApp? Who's there?
WhatsApp?
WhatsApp? What's WhatsApp? Third base?
WhatsApp has some tips and tricks for users.
Oh yeah. What's their tip?
Tips and tricks. Tips and tricks that help you avoid cyber bullies.
Here's a tip that the Chinese government is listening to everything you say on WhatsApp.
Makes me feel like I'm really being heard.
At least someone is listening, huh? Hey, Chinese government. If you like the show, hit follow or like. Let us know you're out there.
Looks like we're being followed, but not online.
I'll take it any way I can get it. To tell you the truth. If you want to follow me in person, just upload yourself into the internet and then dispose of your corporeal body, and then just get behind me. I guess that's how you do it. Okay, Meeps. What do you say? I think that was some good banter achieved there. What do you say we bring on our first guest? Are you ready for this?
Sounds great to me. You want me to play him in?
Yeah, why don't you play him in? I'll go over to this TV set right here, and let's see. Our first guest from the show, co-host to co-host, and there's more to it, I think, but I didn't write it down. Rob Crean, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here in the internet.
It is. It's great to be here in the internet, and I'm thank you for being here. What's the name of your show? Co-host to co-host?
Yes, it's co-host to co-host with Crean and the Gipper. Co-host to co-host, I guess, is the name, and then with Crean and the Gipper is just who the co-hosts are.
That's just more of a description of what the show is.
Yeah, exactly. Like the show is the Tonight Show, with Jimmy Fallon just says who's the host, and I think that me and the Gipper are equal talents to Jimmy Fallon, and you can take that however you want, really.
You would be Creedy of Creedy
yeah.
and the Gipper.
That's right.
Okay,
and
good.
The Gipper is Gary Petersen.
Gary, never heard of him. Is he funny?
He's trying. He's working at it.
Meeps, do you know Gary Petersen?
Sounds like a real great guy with a lot of fun ideas.
I mean, he's been called a masturbatory predator, but I mean, also he's pretty funny. So I mean, that's everything. Right?
See, both those words apart, they sound positive, and together they just don't work together.
Wait, predator? I guess the movie's good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You there's like good types. There's good predators and bad predators. Bad predators like the Me Too predators, and good predators like the Predator 2 predators.
Yeah, like cheetahs and leopards are good predators, I guess.
Oh yeah, those are good predators.
Not as masturbatory though.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
I love a raptor, a hawk, or
A good.
falcon. Those are great.
Yeah, I love a good raptor too.
Yeah, any raptor.
So
Majestic.
Yeah, the Raptors NBA team. Is that NBA? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right.
It sounds like a thing.
Yeah.
Who pays attention when you live in the internet to these kind of things?
Yeah.
You're coming to us from Boston, USA.
Mm-hmm.
How's Boston holding up out there?
Bad. I mean, it just like every place, it's bad. It's not as bad as LA. I'll say. We have fewer cases than LA here, but it's still, everyone's inside.
But the cases in Boston are slightly ruder than the cases in LA.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, they're wicked rude.
They're wicked rude.
It's it's definitely. I mean, we have something about Boston. We have a lot more. We've given a lot more tests for the virus than most other cities, and take that how you will, I guess. So. So I guess most of the cases that we have in this state we are aware of because we're all getting tested. I've been tested 3 times so far, and I plan on getting tested more.
Yeah. Test as much as possible. Oh yeah, Meeps. What?
Do you think you'll pass your test this time around?
I think I'll probably pass. Hopefully, so far I've passed the 3 times I've done it. My friend Gary Petersen, who I do the show with, he was going to get tested for the coronavirus, and I knew he was very nervous about it, and so I sent him a text after I knew he'd gotten tested to ask how it went, but I accidentally sent it to a group text thread with a bunch of people that I don't really know, and which is a bad thing to do, to send a text about sensitive medical test to a group of strangers. But luckily, because of the way me and Gary interact, it didn't matter because I just said, "How did your boy test go?" And so it just seemed like a non sequitur.
Yeah. How did his boy test go?
He's
did he
not
pass?
quite a boy, not quite a man. That's what they said. He came back. He's on the cusp.
No longer a boy, not yet a man.
Yeah.
You sound like a friend that really values patient confidentiality.
Yep. I really do.
That's something to value in a friend. Patient confidentiality.
Look, if you're my friend, anything you say to me, I legally can't divulge. That's just the law. And if I'm your friend and you ask if I'm your friend, I have to tell you. That's the law.
If I've committed a capital crime and I want to get it off my chest, I could come to you and I know it's going to be safe.
Yep. Oh, sure.
What?
I've got a lot of secrets. I've got a lot of secrets.
What if I'm planning a murder? It's not quite happened. It's not quite worked out yet in my head. Can I come to you?
Look, this is going to be a case of too many cooks. I've been down this road before, and I have very specific ideas of how I think a murder should go. And I'm going to be honest with you, they don't usually line up with other people. We're going to end up squabbling over minute details. So I can give you moral support, but I can't be involved in the planning because look, there's got to be one crazy person in charge. There can't be 2 crazy people in charge. Then
it just goes all Reservoir Dogs on you.
Yeah. Fucking bleeding out here, man. That's that famous time. You ever have that, like, when you see a movie and you think that a line is going to be like the big line, and then it isn't, you know? You ever have that?
Yeah, I've heard of that happening before.
Like, I saw the movie Leaving Las Vegas, and I was like, oh, that part where he goes, "You can never ask me to stop drinking." I was like, man, people are going to be saying that all the time. That's going to be a huge line from the movie, and no one ever cut off.
No, I've heard people say that, but not in the context of that movie.
Yeah, not as a reference, just as dinner conversation.
Just in general conversation.
Just after they lock the door.
Yeah. Though, of course, Nicolas Cage did, of course, bring that back for those ads he did for Francis Ford Coppola's wine. You can never ask me to stop drinking my uncle's wine. So it brings back for that.
Yeah, that was a controversial ad campaign.
Controversial.
Drink yourself to death with Coppola, I think it was called.
I mean, really, like, that's what that guy's wine ad campaign should be. That's perfect. Yeah. If you didn't want dark, you shouldn't have gone to Coppola. Go to Sophia. Want something light and fun.
The darkest of wines. Even the whites are dark at Coppola.
Yep. Every bottle just seems to last a little too long. How's quarantine life treating you out there? Oh boy, it is no good. I don't like it. But I mean, I'm trying to kind of think of how it's tough for me, but it's tough for other people. I think, for instance, I don't like wearing masks, but I got to figure it's tougher for people whose eyes aren't their best quality.
That's true.
It's difficult. I definitely, I kind of like the masks in a way too. There's sort of a way to just sort of like just say what sort of pop culture things you like. Oh, I had a pop here and I lost it. Forget that joke. But
you have props ready?
I had a prop. I had one prop and I lost it. But you know what? My whole adult life, I've been saying, what I want to, two goals I've had is to read more books and to go on more hikes. And now that has been answered in the most Twilight Zone way possible. And that now that is all I do. Read books, go hikes. And I really would love to do anything that isn't reading a book or going on a hike.
It's not fair. There was time now.
Yeah, man. And I did recently lose my glasses, so it really is coming. Just like the Twilight Zone.
And the next thing you know, your hiking feet are gonna fall off.
For about 3 days, I lost my glasses. I did find them eventually, and I got new shoes that gave me blisters on my feet. So it really was like that Twilight Zone episode.
Let's see. At least it wasn't the one where all the people are
Big faces one.
Pig faces. It could be worse. Could be a worse Twilight Zone episode.
You know what, though? I'm going to tell you.
The year isn't over.
There's never been a better time to be a pig-faced person than right now. Because with the masks, you can't even really tell.
Yeah. As long as you got, like you said, as long as you got good eyes, then it's all good.
Because a lot of those pig-faced people had beautiful eyes. A lot of pigs, honestly, had beautiful eyes. You ever look into the eyes of pigs?
Except the horribly deformed blonde woman.
Oh yes, that was the last possible surgery. So she was stuck like that.
Anyone who's not familiar with the Twilight Zone canon is completely lost. But you know what? It's okay.
Yes. You can watch Twilight Zone. It's on every streaming platform now. It's on Hulu. It's on Netflix. It's on, I think, Hoopla. I think it's on YouTube. It's on, I think it's on Twitch. It's on OnlyFans. Just check out some Twilight Zone. It's great.
it's a good sci-fi show that's extremely racist and only white people are on it. But still some good stories.
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much that the Twilight Zone was racist as much as that America was racist.
Everyone.
Thank God we got rid of that.
Everyone before 1980 was racist. Now it's all gone.
Yeah, I can tell you, I live in Boston, so I've never seen any racism.
No, there's no racism or homophobia as far as I know in Boston.
Yeah. Are we known as a homophobic city?
I just know from Boston movies there seems to be a lot of throwing slurs around.
Oh yeah, we throw around slurs. But,
left and right.
Yeah, but we invented gay marriage. You know.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, then you're off the hook.
We invented it.
We invented
it. Nobody had thought of it before, and then Boston was like, "Hey, I have an idea."
A couple of those eggheads over there at Harvard got together and said, "What if you got one guy and one guy put them together? Or what if you got one lady and one lady put them together?" You know, next thing you know, we're passing legislation.
And that's how history is made. All right, Rob. Wonderful. Well, we're going to talk to some other people, but why don't you stick around and we'll bring you back in a little bit, okay?
Absolutely. I'm excited to watch. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Thanks for being here. Let's see. I'm going to go back over to this one. All right. How we doing, Meeps?
Doing pretty good. Learned a lot there. Met a new friend. Life is good.
New friend for life, Rob Crean. I'm glad you guys hit it off so spectacularly.
He seems like somebody that you'd only give your email to.
That well spoken, and I didn't even. It seemed like you divulged a piece of information there that you were from Boston as well. Meeps, did you live in Boston?
I lived there the year the gay marriage was invented.
And that was it? Then you were out?
It was the year that Red Sox pink hats came into fashion.
What a year. Okay. Let's bring our next guest. You want to play our next guest in? And let's see. Go back over to the TV thing. Here we go. Our next guest is a political commentator whose name is Kark. That's hard to say. Kark. Welcome to the show.
Well, hello. How did I get in this television here? I didn't even know they had these things these days anymore.
I brought. It's all in the magic of the internet. It's an illusion.
Oh, it's an illusion. Well, I love this TV set, and I want to just take it home for myself. But I'm so glad to be here, Barnard. Thank you so much. And Meeps, I just love octopus. I love raw octopus. I love to eat it. I love it when it sucks on my tongue and my face. And then I like to just crunch it and swallow it real good.
I've never been more comfortable.
Well, that's what I do. I aim to make you feel comfortable.
It's definitely true. Eating octopus is quite pleasurable. I don't even know what Meeps is. I think he might be part octopus, but who knows what the rest is.
Right, part octopus, part pussy.
He's a little bit of a pussy.
A little bit of head, a little bit of pussy.
A little bit of octo, a little bit of pussy. All Meeps.
All Meeps.
And a little bit of Steve Bannon.
and the face of Steve Bannon.
Oh no. Well, speaking of.
Yeah. You want to talk about Steve Bannon? You're a political commentator.
I just want to talk about this world that has gone to shit. Gone to
All
shit.
Right.
I believe that it is all a conspiracy theory. None of this is real, although people are dying. People are dying. So I just wonder what they are injecting these people with, killing them.
You think
Because,
that people are being injected with something,
oh, yes.
and besides an aerosol-based virus?
Right. See, I've been walking around before this all happened, like in December, and I didn't catch it. But then come January, I got real sick, but I didn't die. I didn't die. I stayed alive. And I believe they are trying to kill off all of the old people. There's a whole thing. They're trying to get all the young people in here, and then they're going to inject us with something. Then we can be really strong, real strong. I believe that's what's going to happen.
Is it just because everybody was so sick of the baby boomer population that they said, we need to come up with an elaborate scheme to get rid of them?
Yes, how are we going to get rid of those baby boomers? And
because they're never going to die otherwise.
That's right.
They just keep sticking
They're
around.
They're going to stay around as long as they can. And we don't even know, actually, we don't even know what's going on in all of the other countries. All the media is not what it says it is. Like, I'll tell you, I've been trying to get out of this country. I've been trying to get out of here, and I'll tell you what countries we can go to. They all sound
we're
like
banned.
food.
We're like banned everywhere.
That's right. We are banned everywhere. But we can go to Turkey. You know, we can go fly into a Turkey. We can go to Grenadines. You know, we can drink up that grenadine.
What's grenadine? Is that a place?
That's a place. That's a country. That's a country.
All right.
All these countries you never even heard of, that's the ones that say, come on, Americans, come on in. We want your money. Why don't you come on over here? And then you can actually get to know who we actually are.
So you think that they should lift the restrictions?
Oh, from who lifted
Are you anxious to get out of here? To get out of the U.S.?
I would love to go to Italy. If I'm not doing anything over here and I can do everything through this television right here, through the internet's webs, then I want to go and live in a country where I can drink my wine, eat my food, enjoy the man, get some sex, you know what I mean? And over here, nobody wants to take that life and death risk. So I'm sure there are some countries where I can get to by way of other countries. I'm sure I can't go directly to Italy right now, but I could fly to Turkey and then fly to Jamaica and then fly to Cuba and then get to Italy that way. I'm sure that's how it happens.
Okay. So what you're saying is you're looking for someone willing to risk death to have sexual relations with?
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's definitely right. Someone who is willing to say, all right, I'm going to do this life and death thing, and I am going to allow myself to be in yourself or yourself to be in myself, whatever way you want to do it.
Whichever way it plays out.
Whichever way it plays out. That's right. I mean, I do think it's interesting that the USA it lets anybody come over here. Isn't that right? Am I right? I don't even know.
I think anyone can pretty much come in. They were going to put up a fence, but it looks like a piece of shit as far as I've seen. And I think I think Steve Bannon took all the money and put it into a speedboat or something. So
That's
anybody
right.
can come in and nobody can get out.
No
basically.
one can get out. That's right.
But
no one can get off either.
No one can get off.
Get off.
No one can get out. It's a tough situation.
It really is, and I'm dried up over here, dried up. Don't even know what is up and down. How are you doing? Are you and Meeps getting together? You and Meeps doing the whole thing?
Well, sometimes we hang out and play cards, but no, neither of us have anything in the way of genitals or sex drive, as far as I can tell.
Oh, you don't have no genitals?
Speak for yourself.
Oh, that's right. Meeps. He's got eight genitals down there.
Is that what those things are?
Oh, yes.
That's right.
They suck on you real good. Suck on you real good.
You got tentacle testicles? Is that what they are?
Lips and everything.
Fasten and then populate.
Oh, they populate. Wow.
Maybe you two could get together after this and explore Meeps' tentacles.
Oh, yeah. I would love to have you right in my mouth. I would love that right away. Anytime.
So
I'm in a committed relationship with a Facebook Messenger system.
Oh, that's a shame. Maybe one of these days you can have a poly relationship with your Facebook Messenger. See other messaging platforms.
I see. So I'm sure I will be jealous of that. If that
So you two can have a date that starts with tentacle porn and ends with calamari dinner for you.
Oh, yes. I do like my calamari. Munch on that cheesiness. What's that mean?
You can do both. You can do both in the back of a Red Lobster.
You can do both. They encourage it at Red Lobster.
Do they now? Are they even open these days?
I don't know. I imagine they probably are serving their popcorn shrimp in the parking lot or something.
Yeah, dipping that butter in that lobster.
And those Cheddar Bay biscuits, those are good.
Yeah, it's all shit. It's all gone to shit. So we got to think about what our future is here. And I like what you're doing right here. I like that you've disappeared and gone into the internet's webs, and I think it's a really good idea because actually you could do whatever the hell you want. You can go wherever the hell you want and you can be happy. You can create your own fantasy world there. Now that the government cannot shut you down. They can tell you not to show your feet, but they can't shut you down.
I'm not allowed to show my nipples or my feet on Twitch, but other than that, I can do pretty much what I want. And it might be the way of the future. If you're listening to this and you've become despondent and you've lost all hope, just remember that you might be able to upload yourself into the internet and everything will be fine.
Well, I must say you got real good looking there. I would jump in there and suck your face too.
Oh my! All right. Well, maybe we should schedule a private Jack-in show that's not streaming, and we can explore.
And we can jack off.
Okay.
And I'll play the drums.
It's the date, and we'll all be there. All right. Thank you, Clark.
Don't forget to watch my show. I just want to say I have a morning norm show on Twitch with Bunsen, Sleepy McLean, and Alabaster Finger Guns. We are at 7 a.m. And also you can become a member of my Patreon. Maybe just $1. It'll only cost you $1. $1. I can't even pay for my rent. So if you would like,
what is the Patreon?
It's a patreon.com/ and I'm stealing someone's name. Her name is Jolene Kim. JOLENEKIM, like the song. I thought it was a good name to take. So why don't you go ahead and check that out and see all the privacies in my own home in my own home that I do, and enjoy yourself there.
All right, sounds good. So Morning Norm, which is on the Pack Theaters Twitch page, right?
That's right.
twitch.tv/Pack Theater, and your Patreon, Jolene Kim. We'll come back to you. We'll bring you back on in a minute. Thanks, Kark. We're going to go to our third guest for a minute here. Okay. This is a surprise. I didn't even realize we had this kind of clout, this kind of pull. But my booking agent is telling me that we have famous comedian who may or may not, in fact, be a redneck, Jeff Foxworthy. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Barnard, great to be here on the show.
Welcome, Jeff.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
I'm glad to see that your mustache has not aged as much as the rest of your hair has.
Yes, I appreciate that. It's still big and bushy as always. I like your name, Barnard. It's got the word barn in there.
Yeah. Can you turn that into a redneck joke?
If you have the same first name as something you find on a farm, you might be a redneck.
So if I was like a Tractor Morrisonburg or Cow Morrisonburg, great. Love it.
Yeah, so you might be a redneck. You might not, but you might be.
Who knows? I don't know if any rednecks would wear this cardigan, but
no, that's
maybe.
Not very redneck. Yeah. So you got part of it, maybe not all of it. Keep trying.
I'll do what I can. So what do you? So you're famous for the Blue Collar Comedy Tour and the redneck jokes. What are you working on these days? You got a new thing?
Well, Barnard, I want to talk about something that I know is on everybody's mind right now. Something everyone's thinking about. Big topic. What does Jeff Foxworthy think about Taylor Swift? Big topic. Everyone's talking about that right now. The most important thing in the news right now. Not just Taylor Swift, but what do I think about her? And here's what I think.
Not a day goes by that I haven't wondered what Jeff Foxworthy thinks about Taylor Swift. So please tell us.
Well, of course, I think she's pretty good. She is, however, from Pennsylvania, the North. But many people don't know there's actually a whole other Taylor Swift that we got in the South. A whole different Taylor Swift from the South, and this Taylor Swift is a redneck.
Like Taylor slightly less swift. You see, because they move slower in the South, right?
That's true, yeah. Slower than molasses. It's a good point. Yeah, she's got a doppelganger down there in the South. The thing is, though...
Who's that?
Well, the thing is, there's a doppelganger. She's another Taylor Swift, but she doesn't even know that she's the redneck Taylor Swift. You could be the redneck Taylor Swift right now and not even know it. Can you imagine that, not knowing?
How would I know if I was redneck Taylor Swift?
Yeah, here are some ways to see if you
not to set you up. Not to set you up transparently for a series of jokes, but how would I know if I was perhaps redneck Taylor Swift?
Well, you're in luck. I actually came up with a few ways to see if you might be a redneck Taylor Swift. Here we go. If you've written many songs about your ex-boyfriends, which makes things really awkward at family reunions. You might be a redneck Taylor Swift.
What might be a redneck Taylor Swift? Okay, good.
Yeah, if you feuded with Katy Perry because she stole your backup dancer and your DVD copy of the Best of Hee Haw, you might be a redneck Taylor Swift. Have you ever done that, Barnard?
No, I have not feuded with Katy Perry, but the night is young, so it could happen.
Well, how about this one? If you've got a blank space on top of another blank space that doesn't work anymore, you might be a redneck Taylor Swift.
That one might be over my head.
Well, if it's over your head, then you're probably not a redneck Taylor Swift, but you still might be. Hey, how about this one? If you tell yourself to shake it off whenever you're attacked by rabid raccoons.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like you can relate to that one.
What might you be then?
You might be a redneck Taylor Swift. Thank you.
I see.
You might be. Here's another one. If you used to make country music, and you still do, you never stop, you might be a redneck Taylor Swift. See, because the northern one stopped doing it.
The northern one was making country music and doesn't anymore. But if you're a redneck Taylor Swift, you still are.
You keep
if
doing
I understand you correctly, right?
That's exactly right. Here's another one. If you've got bad blood because of all the inbreeding, you might be a redneck Taylor Swift.
I got or a member of the Prussian monarchy.
Ooh, see, that one's over my head.
I'm not even sure that made sense, but I think maybe there's something.
It's something that someone's like impersonating a member of the royal family, but they're not. Is it something along those lines?
I was going for the fact that there was a lot of inbreeding in European monarchy, and
yes.
they had some bad blood. Much like the South.
It's true. People forget you can be a royal and be a redneck.
That's right.
People forget. All right, I got one more of these.
Okay.
All right, one more. If your dad used to walk you to school because you were both in the same grade, and you are Taylor Swift, then you might be a redneck Taylor Swift. You need both those things to be true in that situation.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you need to check off column A. Dad is your age. Column B, you're Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. If you're both those things, you might be a redneck Taylor Swift.
Wait, your dad's the same age or the same grade?
Same grade. They're
okay. Because I had a lot of questions if your dad is the same age.
Difficult. I don't know how you'd pull that one off.
Even redneck babies aren't that feral.
No, you can't. There would at least be. You didn't need like at least a 9-month difference, I believe.
I believe, even if that baby came out with a full man's penis, it'd still need 9 months to make a daughter, I guess.
In theory. I haven't seen this happen yet, but
I'm glad we agree.
But with rednecks, you never know. Anything's possible if you're a redneck. Dare to dream. That's what I say.
Anything might be possible if you might be a redneck.
Exactly. You can just let your imagination run wild.
All right. Well, that's very informative, and I think you've opened our eyes to redneck Taylor Swift, and in terms of how to be or not be her.
I'm an educator first and foremost, so I appreciate it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, Meeps.
Where would I find my neck?
Oh, that is a good question.
That's a good question. How do you know if you're a redneck if you have no neck?
I've seen plenty of rednecks without necks.
Okay.
It's possible.
So it's possible.
But
maybe just check around the base of your tentacles if you have any redness showing up there.
Discoloration.
Any sort of discoloration.
Maybe see a doctor. Ask the doctor to point out your neck.
Yeah. Hey, so is anybody else? Maybe we can open up the floor and see if anyone else wants to ask Jeff Foxworthy a question, or let's see. We got Kark, Clark, political commentator, and Rob Crean all in the house now.
I would love to pitch something to Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh,
Okay,
sure.
great.
What is it?
So, Jeff, I think that this is you're missing a tremendous opportunity. First of all, I would say you have an illustrious career, a lot of accomplishments, but I would say the two things you're best known for are You Might Be a Redneck bit, and for hosting the show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And I think you should combine those things together, and you could do jokes like if you can fall asleep without a nightlight, you might be smarter than a fifth grader.
Yeah.
Or you might be a redneck. I want to know how I can become a redneck. Am I already a redneck?
I mean, the hat's
know.
got you 80% there.
And
That is a good
I've
hat.
been out in the sun trying to burn this neck here.
I think you just might be a redneck.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. And then I want to be a Jew. I want to be a Jew and I want to be a redneck.
Oh, that's a rare combination, but I like it.
Asian
all the
Jewish redneck.
That's right. That's where all the privilege is. And now
You might be the first Asian Jewish redneck that there ever was.
And I also want it from the bottom down. I want to be a white man.
And you can't. I mean, people are always talking about those white man penises. They are fantastic. They just really.
I don't know if all of them are fantastic. I'm sure some of them are fantastic, but I gotta say, not all of them are. From my experience.
Stereotype is white men have just amazing penises.
Yeah, that's what everyone always thinks of when they think of white people. Amazing penises.
Well, I was just thinking of having a penis. I do have one that I stick in my pants that I can use to pull out whenever I want.
Yeah,
scare all those other men away.
Just in case.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever get to fly again, I hope that it shows up on the airport scanners.
Oh yes, that would be just. I am gonna make sure it shows up in my pants. Get a real big, hoo-ha. Maybe they won't even know what's going on. And I'll stick one of these in there just to keep it straight. You know what I mean?
I would say though, I went through the one of those airport scanners, and they said that they couldn't see a penis at all on me. So I don't know if that.
Oh Lord!
It must be the scanner.
Yeah, the scanner. I don't know if they pick up penises because.
Are you married?
That might be a conspiracy.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Sure.
A boyfriend?
No.
Wait,
sure.
you said sure you have a girlfriend? That sounds
I didn't believe him.
That sounds like a half-hearted answer.
Yeah, I've got girlfriends.
Are they in Canada? We don't know them.
They're in Boston.
Okay, so we don't know them either.
Yeah, that sounds it sounds even faker than Canada.
It really does. Yeah, Boston really does. It sounds like it's a made-up city, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I've been to Boston, and all I did was I went to the bars, and I got drunk, and I put on an Irish accent, and everyone loved me. Everyone loved me.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. Tell them you're Irish.
Where do you hail from, Kark, Clark?
Where do I hail from?
Where do you come from? The South?
No, I come from
East?
Hawaii. I come from Hawaii. I come from an island, the big island. That's right. I used to have a pidgin accent, but then everybody was like, what country are you from? And so I just didn't want to explain that I was an American. So I am a little island girl.
What, you were raised by pigeons? Is that what you said?
Yes, that's right. I was raised by pigeons and mermaids.
That sounds like an idyllic life.
It was.
Pigeons and mermaids.
I
I
mean,
love
if
to
you were
eat
raised by
fish.
pigeons, you might be a redneck.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what they say.
You.
Yeah.
I do love your mustache. I'm trying to grow one myself in this quarantine. It's not that hard. Little beard, little mustache here. If I,
Yeah, you
definitely
gotta be
got-
careful. It's so hot that your very real mustache might start slipping off sometimes. It's just a thing that happens with very
that's
real
what
mustaches.
When it's summer in quarantine, mustaches sometimes just fall off.
Yeah, makes shaving easy.
that's
It's
right.
true.
Okay.
Jeff Foxworthy, where do you come from?
Oh, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh yeah, you still there right now?
I'm
How's
here right
Atlanta?
now. You can see I'm in my own comedy club right here in
Yeah.
Georgia.
Did you just build a comedy club in your house?
I built it for quarantine. Yeah.
What does that say about being a redneck? I don't know many rednecks who have their own comedy clubs in their house.
I mean, that you might be a redneck comedian if you do that.
You might be a blue collar comedy tour.
Yeah. Larry the
comedian.
Cable Guy's got one of these.
Uh,
Ron White's
yeah,
got
man.
one. The other guy's got one.
and the other guy I can't remember.
We just call him the other guy. It's Bill
Oh, right.
Engvall, but we tease him,
right.
call him the other guy.
Where do you hail from, Mr. Barnard?
Oh well, I live in the internet now. I originally was born in somewhere in the Midwest. It escapes me now. It's been a long time. I've been in the internet longer than there's been an internet, if you can believe that, and you can believe it because I said it.
I don't know how that's possible.
So we're from all. Well, we represent from Boston to Atlanta to Hawaii, a pretty good cross section of the American corporation or country.
The American Corporation.
Maybe
yes.
both. Oh, that was a telling Freudian slip.
You're not spreading any socialist stuff, are you, right now? Because I'm opposed
Well,
to that.
I want to get into my leftist screed to end the show. I believe the government should make all cars and hats and shoes, and that's where I stand on that. And comedy. Come to think of it, if the government made all the comedy and then doled it out equally to everyone, it would be a much better world.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start to wrap it up then. Rob Crean, you're a comedian from Boston.
Mellow.com.
Sorry, I missed that. Can you say again?
I have albums that you can buy on deadandmellow.com, and I'm in Boston, but it doesn't matter because you can't go inside.
Deadmellow.com. Great. And co-host to co-host is your show. When is that? Saturdays?
Saturdays, yes. And you can watch all of the edited episodes on youtube.com/Anderson Comedy.
Wonderful. Where's it live stream? On Twitch?
On Facebook.
On Facebook. Got it. All right. Very good. Clark, you already mentioned Jolene Kim's.
That's right.
What you call it? Patreon. Are there any other handles you want to give out?
I'm in Los Angeles. Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Jolene Kim. I stole that name. Two Jolenes. I was gonna do four because of the song, but I got so lazy. I didn't want to type all those letters in there.
Two is plenty.
Two is plenty.
I also wanted to mention your show, Morning Norm.
Morning Norm, Morning Norm. It's
uh,
a good show. We are very political there. We don't know what the hell we're talking about because the country doesn't know what the hell it's doing. So we're in there, get in there early in the morning, but it plays all the time. You can wake up at midnight and watch it.
Okay. A new episode, 7 a.m.
That's right.
Pack Theater, and really, we can really not have too. You can never have too many political morning shows with people that don't know what they're talking about.
That's right. That's right. And we drink. I drink my alcohol early in the morning. That's how I stay alive, and that's how I stay sane. Also, I am looking for someone to join me in a life and death situation here in my little apartment. You got to be willing to take all your clothes off, just like me.
Well, Jeff and Rob, just remember that the invitation's open to if you ever want to visit Jolene in L.A. I mean, Kark.
Kark, it's Kark Clark.
Kark Clark. Jeff Foxworthy, how about you? What do you want to plug? Anything?
Well, I'm already pretty big. I don't need promotion, but there's a buddy of mine named Matt Manser, and you can follow him on Twitter at ManserMatt. It's his name backwards. He's weird like that.
Why did he put his name backwards? That seems like a weird choice.
He's a kooky guy.
All right, Matt Manser. Matt Manser, follow him, and I guess rewatch the Blue Collar Comedy Tour on VHS tape.
Watch that. Watch Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Watch the American Bible Challenge.
All good choices. Okay, I want to thank all of my guests for being here. I'm gonna switch screens now. Meeps, did you learn anything today?
I learned that I'm smarter than a fifth grader.
Really?
I think so. After Rob Crean said.
Okay. Well, that's yet to be determined. But let's see here. I want to say one more thing about the Venmo. It's at Gravy Day. If you want to send us some money, look. If you're rich, or even upper middle class, if you're living, basically, if life isn't a living hell right now, then you're obligated to send us $5 for watching the show. If your life is a living hell, like it is for everyone else, then may God have mercy on your soul, and you don't have to pay. That's the show. I think it's over. You want to play us out, Meeps? This has been Jack In. It's been a pleasure. And every Thursday, 9 p.m., Jack In Show on Twitch. I think that's it. Is it over? Are we? Okay. Yeah, it's over. Okay, we're gonna stop. That's it. We're stopping.